everyone. It's chilly and damp in a lot of places at this time of year, so I thought we could do a little practice today that focuses on building some warmth in the body. And when we're thinking about a practice that is heating, the obvious thing I think for a lot of people is to go to a standing flow. So some form of Vinyasa or sun salutation practice where you're using standing poses and moving fairly quickly. And that can be really, really effective for building heat in the body. And it's not always where we're at, right, in terms of what we want to be doing. So I wanted to demonstrate today a practice that's warming that can be done seated. Now, obviously, I'm sitting on the floor. If that doesn't work well for you, you could sit on a couch or a bed, or you can sit on a chair with your legs bent over the edge down onto the floor. And if you're in that position with the legs, you'll just have to modify slightly for some of the movements, and that's okay, we can easily do that. If you're on the floor or you're on a couch or a bed where you can stretch your legs out on the same surface as your sitting bones, then you might grab a yoga block if you have one. If you don't have one, any kind of small object that's a similar size and shape would work great. This is more for kind of a visual target for some of the movements. So you could use a tissue box, a Tupperware, a couple of books, whatever you've got, or you can do this without a prop at all. So it's very, very flexible. If you're seated on the floor and you're using a lot of effort to sit up, consider sitting on something. I'm sitting on a folded blanket here. You could use a firm cushion as well, so that your sit bones are a little bit higher. And you absolutely do not have to be cross-legged. So if it works better for you to stretch your legs out or bring the soles of your feet together or even kneel, feel free to change your position as needed. We're going to take these first few breaths just to feel into your body, feeling your connection to the floor. Seeing if there's extra effort that you're using to sit tall that you actually could relax and let the floor or the furniture support you. And start to feel and imagine your inhale breath traveling up the front part of your spine. So that's really where the support is in your spine. Thinking about the inhale, just lightly elongating through the front of the spine. Softening where you can as you breathe out. We're just taking a few breaths to feel in. And then we'll start actually with a breath practice. Today we're going to do a solar or sun channel breath. So for this breath, you breathe in through the right side and out through the left. It's not an alternate nostril breath, so we're not switching. Always inhaling on the right, always exhaling on the left. And I'll give you two ways to do that. One is that you block a nostril with your hand. To do that, you're going to bring your thumb onto one side and your ring and pinky finger onto the other side, just below where the bony part of the nose is. And you'll use those alternating to block the nostrils. If that doesn't feel good to you, or if you're kind of stuffed up right now, this is also a congesty kind of time of year, right? Then you might find that you just want to do that mentally. So you're directing your attention to the right nostril as you breathe in and directing your attention to the left nostril as you breathe out. To begin, we'll take a nice easy breath in, easy breath out through both sides. And then if you're using the hand, you're going to block the left nostril, inhale through the right side. Switch, blocking the right, exhaling through the left. And then switch, inhaling through the right and exhaling through the left. So you're going to continue at your own pace. Inhales always coming in through the right side. Exhales always going out through the left side. If you have an Ujjayi breath in your practice, if you know what that is, and you want to add it on the inhale and the exhale, or just one or the other, feel free. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's not necessary to do. So just offering that as an option for people who already have that going on. Otherwise, there's no need to add that kind of extra effort. So just simply breathing in through the right, breathing out through the left. And do 2 more cycles at your own pace after the one you're on. After you exhale through that left side, you'll let the hand come down if you're using it. And take some nice easy breaths through both nostrils. And then we're going to bring the palms of the hands together. We're going to rub the palms of the hands, feeling some warmth build between the palms. Once your hands are nice and warm, you can place them over the eyes or over the whole face. Breathing and feeling the warmth of your own hands. And then we'll do that again. Letting some warmth build between the hands, placing the hands over the heart. Feeling the warmth of the hands over the heart. And then rubbing the hands together, building some warmth between your hands. Placing the hands over the navel, feeling the warmth of the hands on the abdomen. We're going to bring the right hand down to the side from here. Left hand's going to come up and over if your shoulder allows. If you're on a chair, just bring your hand to your leg instead of the floor. And we're going to bring some nice big circles into this top arm. So see if you can make those circles as big as comfortable in your body. And the places where the circle is a little challenging, you're going to slow those down even more and really feel into the edges. Not into places that are uncomfortable. A little bit of discomfort is okay, pain is not. Yeah? So we're just coming into the edges of that pain-free movement. And we're going to go the other way as well. So letting the whole shoulder move, using this whole beautiful range of motion we have in these shoulder joints of ours. Next time your arm comes up and over your ear, you're going to stay there. And then we're going to bring that hand all the way down. Coming to the left side, right hand comes up and over. And we're going to find those big circles with the right arm. As we're in a little bit of a side bend over to the left. And again, this shoulder might feel quite different, but you're going to trust what this shoulder feels like. You're going to find your full pain-free range of motion on this side. Slowing down through any areas that are uncomfortable or challenging. It's a little stiffer part of the shoulder, right? Taking your time. And then we'll go the other way as well. Really just letting the whole shoulder move. Very possibly this shoulder is different than the other. Our shoulders have very different lives, right? We have a dominant hand. And so our shoulders do very different things day to day. So it's normal for them to feel different. When you next come up over your ear, you're going to come back upright. And then you might roll your shoulders in the upright position, just finding some nice circles in each direction. Letting your shoulder blades move. If you got a little sound happening in your back, no worries at all. Comes with the territory. Letting your shoulders rest. We're going to take the legs out in front now. So if you're in a chair, you're just going to extend your legs in front of you. If you're on a surface where you're more of an L shape, you're going to take your legs right out in front. We're going to maybe lean back a little into the back of the chair or into the hands if you're on a floor or a bed. And we're going to just windshield wiper these feet side to side, letting this movement come all the way up from the hip. So it's not just the foot and ankle that's moving, it's the whole leg. And you're going to find a rhythm that feels good to you. And then you might take the legs a little wider, finding your rhythm here. And then back to the original position. From here, we're going to sit nice and tall. Right leg stays extended. Left leg's going to bend in. See if you can do that without your hands. So you're moving actively, and then you're extending back out. Okay. So the knee comes out to the side, foot comes in next to your body, and then you're going to press away. Okay? So if you're in a chair, you're maybe going to slide up the leg if you like. Or if you want a little more challenge, you can lift that leg all the way up off the floor. You're really going to get these muscles working. Watch for cramps. And you might start to feel some heat build, right? Now we're going to do the other side. So left leg stays extended. Right leg comes in. Now, 2 different legs, 2 different life histories, 2 different experiences, right? This shouldn't be painful, but we might feel some work happening here. If you want a little more challenge, you're going to get that, let that leg float. You can see if you can find a nice controlled range of motion here without too much happening up in the pelvis. So you're not rocking all the way onto one hip or anything like that. Definitely feeling some work happening in the big muscles of the legs, maybe starting to feel a little bit warm. Then you're going to extend your leg back out. Take a moment here, breathing and feeling, letting the earth support you. Recognizing maybe a little warm sensation building in the body. Here's where, if you want to use your block, you could use your block. So let's work with the left leg here. Right leg's going to stay extended, left leg's going to move. So you're going to put this block next to your left leg. You can use your hands for support if you like, or you can keep your hands out of it, maybe interlaced, or prayer position at the heart. We're going to lift that left leg up and over that block, and then back. So we're going to feel some work again as that comes up and over. Now, if this is too much, a couple of things. First of all, don't need it. Secondly, use something a little lower like a book, right, that you can bring your leg over. And if you're in a chair, right, you're just going to do your best to find this similar kind of movement. Or you could do it with the knee bent in a chair. So we're really just looking for some work happening in the fronts of the legs. Noticing how that feels, yeah? And then we're going to do the other side. So if you're going to use the block, you might put the block next to your leg, lift that leg up and over the block. Oops. So normal for one side to be a little harder, right? To get that kind of length happening as you're going side to side, trying to keep really steady here through the pelvis. If the block is too much, or you don't have one, use something lower like a book, or just go side to side. And then when you feel complete on that side, you're just going to sit and notice how you feel. You can stay in this position, or you can cross your legs or come into any seated position that feels good to you. You can keep your eyes open or closed. We're going to take a few breaths just to feel the warmth in the body. If you like, you can imagine that you're sitting out in the sun. Imagining the warmth of the sun on your hair and your face. The whole back warmed by the sun. The sun relaxing the muscles of your shoulders with its warmth. Helping your legs just melt into the ground. And then feel free to take that warmth you've created, take it into more of a yoga practice, or let that be enough if you're just looking to warm up a little bit. Maybe you've done that. It's absolutely possible to increase sense of heat in the body in seated. I hope this has been helpful. If you were cold, I hope you're warm. If you have questions or you'd like to share your experiences, I'd love it if you did that in the comments. Take really good care, and may we all be balanced and well.